Geralt and Yennefer were reunited, but something even more important happened in Vizima. Geralt learned that Cirilla, his one-time ward, had returned from afar, and she was in danger. He was to find her, at the Emperor's command and Yennefer's behest.
So, hey guys, my name is Exeter, welcome back. I feel like there hasn't been a lot of enthusiasm in my voice. Doesn't it feel like that? I know, sitting in a room and kind of watching a whole bunch of subtitles and things like that as they just tell you a story, it's kind of saddening. And look at that beautiful photo of Ciri. But,
Scars healed nicely.
Anyway, so, I think we can loot this. Yeah, let's take the bread knife. Extinguish, because I feel like it. Loot. Yes, Sword for Witches. So we get a book now. But anyway, so, yeah, it's kind of annoying for me because I sit here, and it's probably annoying for you too, actually, I just realized that. But you sit here and you're like, yada, 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 watching the story. And most of it is story. Now, sadly, what I can't do for you guys is give you longer episodes, or else I would have. But the issue for that is I can't give you larger episodes because I had a copyright strike against me recently, which doesn't allow me to post longer videos for you guys. So I physically do not have the capability to do so at the time. Now, when that lets up, it will eventually be too late. That's why I've been uploading these longer videos for you guys. But sadly, that isn't a perfect fix, and you know, I can't just be like, hey, so I can't upload a longer video, so I'm going to upload more videos in one day, just at different times. So, you know, that kind of sucks. Who they have a scribe. Let's talk to this guy.
Ambassador Varatra, Yennefer suggested I ask you about current events, the war and so on.
Of course. The Emperor's servants should keep no secrets from each other. If you will, let us approach the map.
The map. Okay, so what should we ask? How's the war going? What's the situation in Velen? What's new in Novigrad? Or I guess we're going to ask all of them, so let's just go in order.
How's the war going? I mean, apart from the fact that Nilfgaard's triumph is imminent.
I assume this to be a private conversation. We've no witnesses, so let's dispense with the propaganda, even that shrouded in irony. Our offensive was going splendidly until winter came. Edirn was in such disarray that we encountered no resistance. We had reached the Pontar before the first snows. Only a weakened Kedwin remained, and Radovid's Redania, which had ignored the rest of the North's pleas for help. We thought they'd sue for peace, perhaps even submit to vassalization. We waited for spring, certain of victory.
Radovid? Submit?
Yes, a vain hope, I agree. Radovid sent no peace envoys, nor did he advance on our positions. Instead, he trudged over the snow-bound Kestrel Mountains and attacked Kedwin, his ally. This attack took the Kedweni by surprise. They were still mourning the loss of their king. Rudderless and dejected, they laid down their arms after a few lost skirmishes and joined Radovid. And so by spring, instead of two weak enemies, we had only one powerful one.
That admiration I hear in your voice?
Radovid is our foe, but I cannot deny he is clever. He played us for fools, particularly dense ones at that. Returning to the war, this spring there was a massive battle in the marshes of Velen. Massive, yet indecisive. Both sides suffered enormous losses. Unprecedented, even. Radovid has retreated across the Pontar. He's safe for now, until reinforcements arrive from the south. Then Emperor Emir var Emrys will deal with him once and for all.
Couldn't you just go home? Save everyone a lot of marching, not to mention a few human lives.
I'm afraid the stakes are too high to fold now. We can only go all in.
How do things look in Velen?
As bad as ever, perhaps worse. This land never flowed with milk and honey, and now it flows with blood. Armies have swept through it several times, trampling fields, looting granaries, burning villages. Famine grips the populace.
So how's ruling that earthly paradise going for you?
Not well, to be honest. Our forces are spread thin as it is, and Velen is chiefly swampy forests that are difficult to control. We've had several patrols never return to their camps. Thus, we've temporarily delegated authority in this region to a certain Nordling, a former low-ranking officer in the Temerian army, one Philip Strenger, better known by his nom de guerre, the Bloody Baron. I advise you well. Avoid him.
So he's coming up soon, because, you know, that's just the deal with all these games.
Any news from Novigrad? Is the free city still free?
Yes, although everyone knows this won't last. Radovid is in Oxenfurt, and the Emperor is here in Vizima, at Novigrad's doorstep, both. And both require coin and ships, and Novigrad can provide these. Which is why the mood in the city is rather, well, on edge.
Meaning?
How do men deal with fear? They seek reassurance and scapegoats. The Church of the Eternal Fire understands this perfectly, and so it promises to improve the lives of its flock by pointing out the guilty. Who started the war? Who profits from it? Why, it's obvious. Mages, elves, dwarves, in a word, any and all deviants. I've been stationed in Novigrad for 13 years. First as a consul, then as ambassador. I've seen a great deal. Cruelty, cynicism, greed. But what is happening there now concerns me greatly.
And the last one.
What's new in Skellige?
Nothing. The islanders pride themselves on that, don't they? Doing everything according to tradition, as their forefathers did. And like their forefathers, they quarrel with each other, pillage, occasionally attack our transports. This is cumbersome, but nothing more. Skellige has always been a footnote to history, and so it shall remain.
Sound awfully confident. What if King Bran manages to unite the Jarls? Lead all the clans against your fleet?
King Bran is a feeble old man. From what I know, he barely remembers the names of his own vassals. Uniting all might prove difficult.
Okay, so we could reiterate one of the questions we already asked. Like, we could say, how's the war going? But I think that's all. We can keep going now. Any more subtext, I guess you could just find on a Reddit forum or something like that. So, this is cool. I just like looking at the map here and seeing, like, how large it really is. Because they said it's 20% larger than that of Skyrim, and Skyrim was pretty large, so it's kind of cool to see its immense form. I'm wondering what in the north, though, that, like, lands that isn't taken where there's hills and things like that, because there are towns there. There's townships up there. I'm wondering who has that, like, what that is, because that was never mentioned, just the islands on the left. But anyway, so...
Thanks for your help.
Think nothing of it. May the great sun light your path.
Okay, well, we don't really have an allegiance, though. These guys act like we have allegiances, so I'm kind of happy about that, the fact they don't realize. Is there anything over here that we could loot? Probably a whole bunch of shit we could loot. I'm just looking for money, though, so whatever money we can take. I wonder if there's an inventory, too, because then we have to drop off all these books at one point in time or another. Ooh, there might be something over here. Look at that lighting. Look at that lighting system. And they thought that we thought they were all arcane. Loot. Loot. Loot it. No, I didn't want it. Okay, loot. Vial, doll. Loot. Quicksilver solution. That might come in handy. Okay, so, let's just check here. Loot, apple, vial. Okay, so now let's go. Sadly, this isn't first person. I feel like this would be a little bit better if it was in first person. More control while walking. Yeah.
How might I serve the gentleman?
By returning my things.
Citrus and cloves. The fragrance will keep the gentleman's robes fresh somewhat longer.
Thanks, bunches.
The Emperor is not known for his patience. He wants his daughter back safe and sound, as soon as possible.
Yeah, mentioned something of the sort. So long.
Oh, okay. Travel to Velen. This'll be fun. Move, lady! I don't want to bump you. Oh, wait. What's this?
Out of the way.
You move, man. Get out of my way. Okay, let's talk to this guy. Options will be... Okay. I want to play a game. Let's bet 5. Okay.
Wouldn't mind a few rounds of cards.
I know we have to go the... I don't care if it counted as a defeat. That was really stupid. Let's go in here. It really was. And through the doors. Fast travel. Okay. Where are we going? You already set this location. World map? Here we go, I see. Velen. We're going to Velen. I guess we set it there.
Geralt and Yennefer were reunited, but something even more important happened in Vizima. Geralt learned that Cirilla, his one-time ward, had returned from afar, and she was in danger. He was to find her, at the Emperor's command and Yennefer's behest.